welcome back to my channel. Herrera here. I hope that you are all doing well. Today I thought I'd catch up on all of SB19's dance practices. Please have a look at the description below to see what I'm including in this. ALAB, BAZINGA, WYAT and Gento. This got me thinking, why is there not a dance practice or a dance performance version of I Want You? We all want it, right? We need to make more noise about it so they actually give it to us. That's a really, really innocent request. I'm really looking forward to this. Especially, I'm looking forward to seeing whether Stell really does that high kick in the Where You At dance. But probably not, because, you know, that would just make him even more irresistible to me. But we'll see. Let's start off with ALAB. Oh, this is that show break. Now, that makes sense why they were all dressed in white and why they were in a proper place, like a showy place, not just their dance studio doing that one. Oh. We love Ken's voice in this. The thing with SB19 is all of their choreography seems to be so good, and I think it's because obviously in the early days Stell was doing it. He knows himself, he knows them incredibly well, but then they went on to work with professionals that also know them well, have seen them on this big screen, on this big stage, so really know the kind of stuff that they're capable of. They're very, very strong dancers, a really strong dancing unit as well, and I really like how they really switch places. So I'm coming from a place of K-pop where sometimes you tend to have fixed people, fixed positions, and someone will always wind up being in the center because they're really good at dancing, okay? And you just don't get that with SB19. They really change things around. You see so much movement in their dances. Everybody gets the center spot at one point or another, and actually the dance is not always orientated around that center spot. If I take you back to the WYAT choreography, my most fave, what Stell did was used a lot of angles and diagonal lines and different sorts of settings in order to really highlight the member that is singing, rapping at that time. If you think about how they break off into different groups and do like 3 of them dance and then 3 of them dance, really, really cleverly done. Look at those legs.
No, I can't figure this one out. Won't stop anymore.
Whoa.
Can't stop anyway. You'll be in my zone, burning up fire.
How did they do this, that they can be so uniform and then all of a sudden one member will pop out and give us a ton of their personality? How is it possible that they can change this much? I just feel like their training period, although not the most ideal start, but that training I think really put them on the path of the success that they are seeing today. I think in their choreography I don't get many moments where I get to see Ken and Stell be A and B, you know, and it's really nice to see this. Huh?
Now the fire with me is started. Don't be done with your embrace. Burning up fire. Feel the matatangi.
Love it.
Ikaw na nga pinghinahanap. Oh, I need you. Baby, I do. I need your love right now. Yeah. Di mapigil itong damdamin. No matter, I need your love right now.
I'm literally being taken back to how chaotic this show break was, and Pablo and his behavior, and actually how he can tone it down a little bit when he needs to get serious. Pablo's a crazy good dancer. I said this to you about that Gento choreography, that I've never seen him settle into anything the way that he settled into that choreography. That song was all about him. He's just absolutely living that moment, and as he should. I think all of them are just absolutely equal. When they come together, they really level out. I think when you think about Stell as a dancer, he's so amazing, but yet when he comes as a group, he doesn't stick out like a sore thumb, as in he's better than them. They really level themselves so that they can present themselves as a unit rather than look at me, and one day I'm going to go solo. Like they're all about being this team, which I really love. I think that's another factor as to why I love them so much.
Every day, I think the load gets heavy.
Whoa.
Throw it away, the world alone, time standing in. Get away, break the curse and stop this
I'm really annoying, aren't I? But I'm going to take you right back to that beginning. Why? Because this sort of stuff means more than anything. Anybody can train themselves to pick up choreography, to dance. Not everybody can be a great dancer. Not everybody can be a great performer. There are different elements to all of this. The way that they started even before they had started moving. So as we zoom into them right here, they're already performing for us. Would you look at this energy that they are emitting and this authority that they've got on screen? This is the difference between somebody who is forgettable, content that is not repeat worthy. This is the difference. You see, SB19 has this extra X factor. Watch them start this performance before it actually even starts.
Every day, I think the load gets heavy. Throw it away, the world alone, time standing in. Get away, break the curse and stop this
Oh, Stell.
BAZINGA, hey, 너희가 쏠린 나.
Oh, nice.
I'm firing God, yeah. You two turn up the heat and I'll burn out till I die. Bruce, be proud of one time. Moves, they sag out high time. Buzz, killer, I'm killing your buzz. Get the hell out.
Whoa, that was amazing. It's really nice to see this stripped down a little bit and just the white tops kind of uniform on the top. I was able to see a lot more structure, a lot more lines in this section, and actually the pairing of the bodies is really interesting. When I was in drama school, we did this activity where there was a class of like 28, 30, and you'd be paired with somebody who was the same body type as you. I'm not talking about weight, height, nothing like that, but they moved in a similar sort of way. So you'll know some people walk with their hips, some people walk on tiptoes, some people are heavy footed, some are light, some people really swing their arms around, some are really loose, some are a little bit more stiff in their shoulders. And actually, when you go to this moment right here, when I start to get in line, right here, I can see really, really clear similarities between the pairs. So Josh and Justin move in a similar sort of way. So they were a really strong outer corner right there. I think they stop your vision from going any further than them and bring it right back to the center again, which is Pablo. And Pablo has a lot of personality, a lot of energy. He's very dramatic. And then actually, I keep saying that I love Ken and Stell together. There's a really weird part of them that kind of moves in a similar way. Perhaps one day I'll really think about what I'm trying to say and explain it to you in a better way. But there's a real science to this sort of stuff, and the pairings right here are so clear. It's something that I've not noticed before. Look at the shoulder lines, the hips, the knees.
Who's the boss now? I just turned the world upside down. No, y'all can't quit thinking cause you don't know how. I did it round to kick it round how. Don't you see? This is my legacy. Now, how you gonna get to me?
Oh, wow.
To me when I get the almighty was made. The baby did, Bobby did.
Whoa.
I think the Lord gets heavy. Throw it away. The world of no time
I love that bit. I'm just looking at Stell, I'm sorry. Here we go. Do you know, I've really noticed Ken has changed as a dancer. I mean, obviously everyone, when you're in this sort of situation and you're really hungry to make it, to succeed and reach your dreams, you try harder, you work harder, and he is definitely getting better. But his movement, I don't know if he's become more comfortable with who he is, but he's got a lot more swag these days, and he sometimes backs off on the energy in order to give you attitude, right? He does that, and I've really noticed it. But I think that if he were to go back and perform Bazinga again, he would do it just like this. It's really strange. I've noticed a shift in his performance quality. I think maybe that's the solo artist in him coming out.
Look at you, pick a bow, bow. I'ma be true, even if it did
I love this rap. Oh, perhaps. Whoa. Oh, Ken. Ooh. Wow. They needed to pay their bills on this particular day. I'm going to watch all of that again. But can I tell you that Ken and Justin absolutely killed that. They nailed that. And the only slight difference between them in that moment that just put Ken on the edge, for me, in my opinion, was Ken is a little bit more loose with his head, with his hair. Justin tends to keep this beautiful, elegant front. And however, if he'd have just let it go, I would have been convinced that the two of them were twins. Ken has such a wonderful angled body, right? These long, slim arms, these really like tiny waist, long legs, and he really uses his head in all of this. And that doesn't necessarily mean that his eyes need to be seen, his chin needs to be up. He really dances with every part of his body. His isolations are to die for. I'm going to watch that all again. Of course I am. Watch him. Just watch Ken. He puts his entire body into it. And look at Justin. Very similar. Just a little bit more elegant. I realise now what moment that was. That was the shirt lifting moment, wasn't it? Hit Pablo. Ooh. I have so much to say about all of this. Can I just pause it on them? They are just absolutely gold. I mean, how much personality is stuffed into this song apart from in their voices? The movement, everything that they do is full to the brim of personality. Now, Pablo is such a fun mover because you'll always see him doing these facial expressions. And I've noticed, what was I watching the other day where suddenly he'll get like a really cheeky smile on his face? I think it might have even been like TikTok covers. And all of a sudden, you just see this expression on his face and you start to think, what is he thinking? And it's just so entertaining. He's such an all-round entertainer. I loved everything about it. All of the members were able to showcase exactly what they're good at. And actually, just looking at Stell, at how different his body type is to the rest of the group, I would love to see him do. And this is the thing, when he eventually releases his own solo song, and perhaps that solo song or a solo song in the future has choreography to it, we'll get to see him dancing on his own to a piece that we've never seen anyone else do, one that he's going to put his stamp to, because the way that he moves is so powerful. He doesn't quite do it like the others, right? Because he's a lot more grounded. I think if I talk about the most grounded members in the group, it would probably be Josh and Stell. Funny that they were both part of the same dance crew, because that might have something to do with it, but they're definitely super grounded. They use the floor a lot to help them to be a bit more bouncy, and they use their knees to get down a little bit more as well. Their connect to the ground is really nice. The other three tend to be light and jumpy and energetic. Nothing wrong with any of that. That's all absolutely fantastic. I think the bottom line is I can just never get over that all five of these belong in the same group, and I just never know where to look when I sit down and watch anything like this. Like, where do I look? For me, though, the star of this show was Ken. And at that moment, it was just reiterating to myself that, yeah, everything that I had decided about him, that I had learnt about him through loving SB19, through loving Philippe, was all correct. He's a real gem. He is so incredibly different, and there'll be a time where he blows up individually on his own as well. I truly believe it. I'm putting all of my energy behind that man because he is a real gem in a world of pretty average people, if that's harsh. I cannot wait to move on to where you're at. I'm just looking at Stell now. Let's go. Wait, I haven't seen this before, have I? They start performances like this too. Because I've seen a performance like this. Whoa! Oh my god! Did you see who just walked towards me?
Lately, I've been feeling disconnected, losing energy, bury me. Let me read you running in my own time. Baby, do you hear me? Yeah, the truth is, I've been dying just the distance. It's distracting me, and you so high. Immediately move, trying to find
Angles, lines.
reassuring me to you.
These moments. Such a good song. How important is it in a song like this to take a little moment to breathe, to really linger on what you've just done to the audience? And SB19 are really good at those little moments. So this moment from the chorus going into Josh's part, they took a little breath, and Pablo, as I was saying to you in the previous dance practice, gave us a little cheeky smile, a little change in energy, facial expression. Just, they're gold. They're freaking gold. Okay. Wow. Love this. I mean, this is thoughtful choreography. This is not just dancing to look cool, dancing to be on trend, dancing for the sake of it because there'll be a dance challenge for it. This is thoughtful choreography, right? How well do these little moments go with the overall meaning of the song? My goodness. Justin is so light on his feet. Whoa, the dancers are killer too. You might think it's really weird, but I just find that irresistible. I really love him even more. You know, like 10 minutes ago when I started this video, I loved him, but somehow I suddenly love him even more. What I was gonna say, actually, before Stell very rudely interrupted me with his leg, is that Pablo is so fun to watch. He's such a fun performer. Whatever he does, he really invests his entire being into it, that when he's dancing, you feel like dancing. When you watch him, his facial expressions, and not everybody does that. And in a world where a lot of people treat dance as something really serious and robotic, and that it must be all slick and clean and absolutely together, we've got somebody like Pablo that gives it a burst of personality, and I really love that. And now I'm going to watch this bit at least 5 times, not for all of the members, just for Stell. Whoa. have enough of talking about this moment. I mean, to have such strength, to have such flexibility is a lot of people are probably like that, and I think that they would probably shove it in your face a little bit more. Stell's very understated, so I think that he only whips this out the bag when he wants somebody to feel the way that I feel right now. Okay, he is just ending my life, made my life an absolute misery, but I really love it. I mean, do you know what? I might even go to obsessive states and just change the playback speed on that, just so we can really see how fantastic this really is. I mean, for a man of his size, his weight, to have such fantastic flexibility and control, I think he even did that on a flexed foot. How good does this sound? Look at it. He took a moment to step into that, and it was so clean, so round. He needs to one day really give us that ballet or ballroom dancing. Somebody please tell him that he needs to do this. I never managed to catch any of his lives, otherwise I would spam him with such comments. That he must always shove this in our face. He's such a dancer. I mean, Stell's look alone in this is absolutely killer. Those colours really suit him. The fact that he's not wearing a shirt underneath, and you get to see these guns, and then that hairband as well. He just looks absolutely dreamy. This was so fun. It allows you to see the choreography a little bit more. I don't know why it's taken me so long to watch these dance performances. Please, I owe myself an apology for this. And I'm just never going to get bored of Stell in that moment. That moment itself is just, I'm sold on this song just for that. So someone talked to me about the SKOUTS because they performed at some of the concerts tonight. Whoa.
I want some, I get some, no later. I woke up and baked dead potato. Got caught to shit
It looks so good.
but I stay me, not mediocre. Look up and tell me what you see. Oh, Gucci.
Look at Stell.
This is relevant. A movie, definitely not my reality. Cause you see, model me, ew. Katiri. Yeah, I'm gonna see you later.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa. I love everything about that. This is how this song should be performed with this many people. It deserves to look this full. I just love the addition of all of it. It kind of just spreads your eyes across this horizon. And the way that Justin came in, he bounced into his bit, really owned his bit as well, was just absolutely fantastic. And this pushing, this is just so fun. No wonder why this dance craze is still going. You cannot tell me that those shoulder movements and the little bounces were not choreographed around Pablo. Pablo is a killer dancer.
Di ko basta-basta makakakita ng ginto. Di ko na kailangan lumunok ng bato. Hindi maladana to. Aandar ang makina ko, tanging mekaniko. Ayaw ko, nga na moni-moni ko. Sa daming pinagdaanan, nagpatong ng istoriko. Soso mga chismoso, likat pumanik na rito. Hindi naman talaga madali. Aminin ko pa man onde. Sa likod ng mga takong bawit pege, maran kong hapti.
I love it.
Laging nalisto, kahit pa si Mephisto. Tignan pag nag-baseball, the base ko.
It's like seeing something in all of its glory. Like, for example, if you see a really famous painting and you see it online, yeah, it looks good and you've heard all about it and everyone's constantly talking about it. But then you actually go to that place, you go to that museum, you see that piece of art and you're like, It's so much better in real life. I can see some texture to it. I can see some personality to it. I can see the techniques that have been used in order to put this painting together. And that's what this is like. I've seen this choreography time and time again, and it's so good. Wait a minute, were Scouts in the music video as well? Oh my God, my mind just works at 100 miles per hour sometimes. But then suddenly seeing this, after seeing it performed in lots of different ways over the past couple of months, seeing it like this again, this is exactly how it deserves to be seen. I really, really love the way that Josh was there and he carried all of that. They did a lot of grounding movements, a lot of bouncing. The movement itself was quite simple. However, it was like energy based. It keeps the energy moving along, if you see what I mean. Here it comes.
No rush, I can do this all day. No uniform mentality till it go back. The harder I work, the harder I play. Walang umpo, chicken sa salpa kahit away. Ito na nga, wala na magdadadada. Pag ako ng mga diretso sa kabababa. Ako ay galing sa lupa. Kahit pilitin mo mukha, hindi mo makuha.
Yeah,
I know this isn't over. Di pa tapos ang disaster. Alam ko na I'm in danger. Betting you sooner magiging better kaya alamin ang mga bagay-bagay.
I'm not lying, but if they started to flip and tumble in the middle of this performance, I'd be like, sure, okay.
Di pwedeng tambay sa aking bahay. Lahat ng mataas ang kilay. Sinugin ang matuto namang magnilay. Gento, dito basta-basta bingo. Meet mo, makumpleto parang Gento. Gento, ano kaya mo? Pilit na hinukay ang bumbunan, makakita lang na Gento. Gento, kahit na wala pang
Justin!
Gento, presento bawat bitaw ko. Mismo, eto kaya mo. Basta-basta makakakita ng Gento.
I'm gonna start blurring Stell out of videos. He's too distracting.
Kahit pa sige hanggang sa magdugo. Basta-basta makakakita ng Gento. Gento, 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 Gento.
Hype. Oh yes! What happens now? Oh, they all do it. Whoa. Whoa. It looks good in numbers. I don't know why I envisaged that last moment just being the members. However, it looks so good when all of them do it. It's really split. It's either the upper half of the body moves or the bottom half moves. It's really, really interesting choreography right there. And this level of energy is the energy that they keep when they perform this in real life. And don't forget that they are also singing incredibly well, singing, rapping incredibly well when they're doing this. Don't ever forget that nothing ever falters, nothing ever drops a certain percentage. They're just absolutely freaking gold. And at time and time again, I catch myself being like, wow, oh my God. And I'm like, am I really seeing them through rose-tinted glasses, or are they actually really good? But then I see stuff like this throughout a couple of years, and I'm reminded that actually no, SB19 are something incredibly special. No wonder why we've all fallen in their trap. It's just a shame it took me so long. Thank you so much for reminding me that I hadn't seen these. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching it. I mean, how lucky are we that not only do they make great songs, they have great live singing voices, they dance incredibly well, and really, their personalities, wouldn't you die to be friends with them in real life? We're so lucky that we get it all. And I'll tell you why I feel even luckier. That I get to A, enjoy this with you, and B, they're really current. Like, I keep thinking I'm going to come to the end of SB19 stuff, and actually, as soon as it gets to the weekend, they drop another couple of videos on me, and I'm like, I've got something to come back to, because they are so current. I've never really been in love with a group that's so current. This is a totally different experience for me, and I'm having the best time fangirling. Like, they make my week. I look forward to my days when I know I'm going to get to see something new from SB19. Thank you so much for watching this with me. I hope that you had fun. And until I see you next time, take care. Stay safe. Bye.